I've launched multiple brands to over 8 figures in revenue. That's over $10 million. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that product is the most important part. Today, I'm gonna break down 9 of the best e-commerce products that you can launch in 2024 May. And these are great for TikTok. There's a bunch of viral videos. Let's get into it. The first one off the gate is Frost Buddy.
Show you how it fits every can, and I'll even toss in a bottle. We had to get creative, and this is what we came up with. We have these internal indents so that each can and bottle will be the perfect height and they'll stay snug. So if you look here, this normal can, it's gonna stop.
So it locks the can in place. Heading over to their page, they've got 14 million likes at the moment. Some of these videos have 10 million likes on themselves. That's a very commercial video. People are just curious how it works. It can fit multiple types of cans. So what's really cool about this is there were 2 brothers, I think, in college, and they said that they just wanted to kind of reinvent it. What I really like about this website is they're able to just add prints to really innovate on the product. They can connect with different audiences by adding different prints. You've obviously got the America one, which is great, but then you can also have some like feminine ones for female audiences, also sports nuts. You've even got the Starbucks people. When we come into Trend Rocket to analyze how they're going, past 90 days, you can see that they're starting to grow really nicely, kind of on Instagram, and their web traffic is pretty awesome. If we look at some of their revenue, we can see that they're just going from strength to strength and just kind of scaling up, probably through product and multiple channels. Obviously, this is going to spike even further in summer months when people are drinking more and actually need can protection. One of the coolest parts about this product is it's just the founder, and they are talking about their product in this kind of black and white studio here, and they're just talking about the new products, the new color drops, the different types of cans that it can actually hold. This is a super scalable form of content for a product that I didn't think would have a very scalable form of content. I thought they would need to do different scenarios, different types of parties, and show the product being used there. But the best TikTok strategies are the ones that are looking at the product and talking commercially about the product. So where does your opportunity lie with this? Like all of these products that I'm talking about today, you do not rip these off word for word and product for product. You want to really innovate on them and find edges in the market, both from an acquisition point of view. So these guys are using TikTok organic. What other channels could we use? And then also from a product design standpoint, because globally, there's a lot of different cans being used, a lot of different drink bottles being used. And it doesn't even need to be alcoholic or in cans. You know, they're really innovating with Starbucks as well. There's so many opportunities there for you to carve out a niche market and go viral. So next up, we've got this cat hamster wheel. It's actually a cat exercise wheel. But you can see here, a bunch of viral TikToks, 1.8 million likes.
Yay!
Goes full hamster mode. You can come to this one as well. See this cat absolutely going crazy. The lights are an amazing touch because they really capture the attention when you're scrolling through TikTok. 504,000 likes on TikTok, and pretty simple product. We can come to the website. You can see that it's been featured on a bunch of big sites. Nice clean design. They're starting to go into other product categories. Beautiful designs as well, like to make sure that they match inside certain houses. And when we come to Trend Rocket, we can see that the product cost is about $60. They're selling it for about $219, gross margin of $159 for this product. I would say that freight and couriers is going to be a little bit expensive unless it can pack. That might be a really good place to innovate within the product if they're shipping a really big product. And we can see a bunch of suppliers here with the approximate costs and their contact details, so you can easily just click here and message out to them, or even just click to the link to the product and it should pop up on Alibaba. This product is just really useful because cats obviously escape, they get hit by cars, they're natural hunters, they want to burn a lot of energy. So what's a good way that we could innovate on this aside from the supply chain side of things? What other animals can we create wheels for? Also, how can we make the wheel more interactive and fun for the cat so that visually on TikTok people stop even more, but also the cat just finds it more enjoyable? When we come to the sales, we can see that they're doing well over $1 million a year. Probably will spike heavily in November, December. I'm not really sure why it didn't spike in November last year, but I think there's definitely something here. The pet niche is so good. So the next product we've got, BBR Skull.
2, core nutrition,
3, being inactive.
So not hugely viral on TikTok, only 307 likes. You get a bit of infomercial kind of feel from it. All those infomercials that running midday, people are just wanting that kind of easy fix for things like cellulite and weight loss. Now, one thing I will say is that these products, most of the advertising platforms absolutely hate them, especially from a paid perspective like Facebook. There's a lot of skin involved, there's a lot of insecurity involved. They're using before and afters, and people are trying to protect other people's mental health, which is fantastic. Therefore, you need to be really careful about the claims that you make, the product that you actually develop. It needs to actually help. But when we come to this product, we can see that there's a pretty crazy gross margin on it. They're selling for $99. Product cost was only about $16. And when we check out their revenue, we can see that their traffic is not that high, which is kind of a little bit concerning. But at the same time, they might have a few multiple sites. Their site is beautifully branded, and they've got a lot of different product variations as well. With these products, one thing that I would highly recommend is looking at some peer-reviewed studies using something like PubMed and looking at what certain things can affect the certain areas that these product is talking about, such as sound, cooling, heat, these kind of things. Can we add this variation to this product to make it more effective and go more viral on TikTok? You could also partner with skincare brands. You could create serums for it that both visually change how the product is applied and also how effective the actual product is. One thing to note before I go any further, I found all of these products just using TrendRocket. I went onto TrendRocket, I used the search function, and I sorted by fast growing brands that were great trends. I'll leave a discount code in the description. Alrighty, next off the block is we've got Nox Provisions. I love this product. I couldn't find it going viral on TikTok, but I thought I'd include it in this video. I like this product because it's taking a very commoditized product that has a lot of just old school businesses operating in it, and it's making it not Gen Z, but bringing it up to the current times using color and beautiful branding. So it's selling binoculars. So we can come in here and look at the shop, and you can just see how much more fun they are. They're way more compact than any other binocular, and they're most definitely affordable, which is super important for people that just don't have that much money. They do a very good job at clearly communicating all the value propositions, such as waterproof, the no slip grip for adventure, and even the fact that you can snap a photo through the actual binocular with your smartphone. When we look at the growth of the brand, we can see the Instagram followers are growing really quickly for this brand. That's what's attributing the big scaling score. We can check out their ads library because this is probably where a large amount of their spend is going. All of these ads here are probably feeding through onto the Instagram feed. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing over $10 million in a couple of years. So how can we adapt this so we can launch our own brand? Think of anything that has just been in the stores for generations, that is super boring. It comes in 1 or 2 colors and nobody in your current friendship group actually uses the product. Then all you need to do is study branding and understand creative direction for brands, as well as some product development. Develop the product with the Gen Z customer in mind. There was a Shark Tank investment called 35mm Co, and it created disposable cameras, film cameras for Gen Z, and they went viral on TikTok and are doing tens of millions of dollars in sales. This is a very similar concept. So next up, we have Somnifix. Now, Mark Cuban actually invested $500,000 into this brand. 40% of adult men and about 20% of females report that they have issues with snoring. This causes huge issues within the relationship. And all of the other solutions are high tech. They're big masks that go on and muffle sound and increase how much you can breathe. But this is just such a simple solution. If we come to TikTok, we can see some of these viral videos. This one's got 2.7 million views. This one has 800,000 views. And all it's doing is educating the customer on how it works. When we look at the data on TrendRocket, why we should launch something within this space, we got $130,000 revenue a month. And on such a small product, you know that they're shifting a lot of orders. You can see that they're growing slowly on Instagram. But when we look at Trustpilot, we can see that they're getting some really bad reviews. A lot of this stuff doesn't seem to be about the product itself, more so about the operations and customer service. But that is an opportunity for you to launch. As you can see here in the product section, the cost of the product is about 34 cents, which is super cheap as you'd expect. You're going to sell them in packs, of course. Then we're selling them for about $24. We can see that the product cost is really not that expensive. It's just going to be the logistics and the cost to acquire a customer. This is why a similar product to this would be a great first business. And because it is so small, you should be able to drop ship it from the supplier, meaning you don't need to outlay that much money for inventory. I have 2 ideas to innovate on this product. First of all is that a lot of people actually also use nose strips to increase the amount of oxygen that can go up their nose, while limiting also using mouth strips on their mouth. So we could customize it so that one sticker could actually do both and solve both issues, so they don't need to use 2 tapes. The other thing that I highly recommend is making it kind of funny. You could add prints so that the mouth turns into something funny, like Dracula fangs or something stupid like that. At least then you'll have some novel difference that people will use as a gifting opportunity next time that there's like Black Friday or something like that. Next we have Artie Planto, which we can head over to the Facebook ads, and we can see that these guys are growing really rapidly. They're really taking that platform seriously. We can see where they're selling the product all over here. Then we can check out some of the fake plants that they're selling. Now, the reason why I really love this business is because whenever there is an underlying community that is obsessed with your product, that really consumes media, which there is for plants, there's something called plant talk, and even things like farmers and harvesting and gardens, all of this stuff has just huge underlying communities and forums. This is where your opportunity lies, because you know where your customer is interacting. You can see here on TikTok, some people are just absolutely obsessed. One of our best selling products of all time was the Plant Lady Oodie. And I just knew that plants were a big community, and I went to a designer and said, create someone that just has tons of plants in the house, exactly like this viral TikTok. And it went crazy. It was our top seller for at least 3 months. So where does your opportunity lie with this? This is something that I believe is an evergreen product. It's never going to go away because plants have just existed in the households for generations. But the good news is that certain plants come in style and then it go out of style as well. This means that if you are really good at buying and predicting these plant trends, then there's a big opportunity there. With any of these products, what you're trying to do is you list out the value propositions that the product is giving the customer, but then you're also writing out all of the negatives of it. So for example, it's plastic. It has no health benefits. It causes issues to the environment. How can we customize those negative features so we have a unique selling proposition to talk about our brand? The next product could save your life. Watching this TikTok, you can see that it's a mum and she's selling a de-choker. It shows exactly how you can save a child from choking if it happens. Now, I love their tagline, you don't need it until you do, and because every second counts. It's a super cheap product, and it's no wonder that it's got over 2,800 comments. I think there's a good opportunity to create this product that is just a little bit smaller and easier to use. Having something that you can have in the car, in the glove box, rather than this giant, enormous product will really make it better for the customer and possibly save even more lives. I think there's also a really big opportunity to use TikTok a little bit better here, using 3D renders or even Mid-Journey to show how the product can dislodge things from the throat. Now, the next product I found is Grams 28. You can see that they're making handmade leather goods for multiple options. The reason why I like this brand is I found it by searching brands that have great Trustpilot reviews, which is indicative of great customer service and just great product quality. We can see on their Facebook ads, they're doing a really good job at calling out different avatars, such as gamers with their Game Boys, and they're just highlighting how the product can just fit so much storage. I think an amazing trend at the moment is storage. So people are getting actually backpacks and using vacuum technologies so that you can pack all your clothes in like your suitcase or your backpack, and then just plug in like a really portable small vacuum into the product and condense it. This is a great trend. Visually, it's really, really cool on TikTok. You can see here, this has got 3 million views, lays out all the products, packs it into this one section, and that small little vacuum can condense it. There may be an opportunity to utilize this technology with really great premium products as well. Next, we've got the couch console. You can see that this is just a basic table for you to utilize any accessories, food while you're on the couch. One thing that's interesting is this is going viral on TikTok and it's probably converting very well on Facebook. But without that visual element of that glass moving and not spilling, I think the product would be just barely successful. But because they have this movement element, it's doing very, very well. As we can see on Trend Rocket, you can get this product for about $14, selling it for about $64. We can check out more brand details. And while they're not increasing on social media, they're still doing a decent amount of revenue. As you can see here though, it's heavily a kind of novel gifting product in the November-December period. One thing that is crazy about this brand is they got $2.4 million pledged on Kickstarter. So it's definitely going to be a $10 million brand. And they seem to really know what they're doing with product. They're innovating multiple products for multiple different use cases. Another product that did really well back in the day was a modular table with legs that could kind of go in any direction and lay over you while you're sitting on the couch. So this kind of product, this convenient, lazy product, lying in bed or on the couch is always going to be around. So that's it for today's episode. There's a bunch of products that should give you a bunch of information. Head to Trend Rocket. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.